Hi, welcome back. We're just going to finish this last little question, and then the rest of this is just kind of bonus. It's extra. Some people are looking for help on reducing fractions, and I'm going to give it to them. So right before we left off, this was 357, 119x. So we're going to go ahead and subtract, and we get 3. So we can plug this back in. We're looking for segment FG. So when x is 3, so that would just be 23 times 3 plus 1. So the measure of FG, 23 times 3 plus 1. Now you could double check it, so that's 70. That arc is 70. If that's 3, that's going to be 90. So 70 and 90 would make 160. That would mean this would be 80, right? And then this would need to be 100. So if we plug in 3 there, we get 99 plus 1. Yep, 99 plus 1 is 100, and 80 plus 100 is 180. So this is definitely the right answer. Okay. Awesome. So let's go over reducing fractions, not because they asked, but that this will help us on the rest of math and SAT. What if they asked for this in simplest form in terms of pi instead of that? So let's do that. If I look at my picture here, it looks like that's 1/6. So 1/6 times 28 pi. Right? They want 1/6 of it. I can double check it by taking, does 60 over 360, that's the decimal, 0.16 repeating, equal 1 divided by 6? Yep. So I did reduce that correctly. Now, if I see this 8 and a 6, that means there's an even number. I can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. So that'd be 14 over 3. Great job if you got that as your answer. Very proud of you. Okay. This one, I don't know if we did this fraction, so this, and I can't really tell. Is it 2/3? So one way to figure this out, there's a couple, again, we could reduce the fraction, but we could also say, well, this is definitely 180 is half, and it's a little bit more than half. So 225 minus 180 is 45 degrees. Ooh. So it's really 180 plus 45. And 45 is actually technically, if 90 is a quarter, then 45 is an eighth. So that's 1/8, and that's a half, and an eighth plus a half. This would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. 5 eighths. Woo, that was awesome. Now you could do it with math instead of reducing the fraction with a picture, but that was pretty sweet. Now the fraction's not in simplest form yet because 20 is even and 8 is even. You also might think that it has a 4 in it. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 20 over 8 would reduce to 5/2. 20 divided by 4 is 5, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, almost done. So 5 times 5 is 25, and I still have the number 2 in my denominator. I can't reduce it anymore. If you had that, awesome. Okay, so this is definitely 3/4. We had a bunch of these today. Now let's just simplify. So that 20 divided by 4 is actually the number 5. So this would be 3 times 5 is 15 pi. Good job. Keep going. I don't know if we had this one today. So 180 less 30, and I think 30 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My picture got a little messed up, but I think that that fraction is, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out with my picture. I'm not getting it. So I'm going to have to use math. First thing we learned today, or you've seen before, you can divide that. I also know there must be a 3 in there because there's a 36. That's definitely got a 3 in it because that's a 9. There's a 9 in there, and 15 is definitely divisible by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 36 divided by 3 is 12. So that would reduce to 512 times 9 pi. Okay, I got to keep going though. So I've reduced the fraction 5/12. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My picture does show 5/12. Interesting. Now I just have to reduce it all the way. So there's definitely a 3 in there and a 3 in there. So 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So final answer, 5 times 3 is 15, and the denominator is 4. Awesome. Okay, this one we saw today, that is 1/6. That would make the same ratio. So here's another technique. If you're struggling, remember, how did we get 121? We took 11 times 11. So you could bust this open again. You could turn it back into 11 times 11 times pi. Notice that's not going to cancel because the number 11 is prime. So believe it or not, that is in simplest form. Busting it open, I couldn't cancel anything. So that's in simplest form. Okay, let's work our way back up. I have this fraction. I think we did this today. I think it was 5/6. Yeah, 5/6. A couple ways to get that. And I can draw my picture. So 5/6. Now 25 is 5 times 5, and I can't cancel with anything on the bottom. So that'd be 125 over 6 pi. Sweet. Okay, let's reduce this fraction. I'm not sure what that is, but didn't I have that earlier? 115 was that weird one, 5/12. Now, once again, I could bust that back open. The number 81 came from the number 9 times 9 times pi. So you could break that back apart in hopes of something canceling. So, and I know there's a 3 in there, right? So when I take either 3 will be okay. 9 times divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now, nothing on the top has a 2 or a 4 in it. So I'm done. 5 times 9 times 3 goes on the top. So 135, and a 4 is on bottom. Awesome, awesome. Okay, last one. So we have a weird fraction. It's weird, but I know there's a 5 in it because there's a 5 there and a 0 there. So I'm going to divide by 5 on the top and the bottom and see what happens. Ooh, 33. $72. Now I know there's a 3 in there, and when I add these two numbers together, I get 9, and I know 9's made up of 3's. So I'm positive I can divide by another 3. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now that's in simplest form because 11 is prime, and I don't forget there's 100 pi there. Okay. So, maybe I should bust that open or maybe not. I'm not sure. They're definitely both even. So, I got some more work to do. If I divide the top and bottom by 2, get 11. Half of 100 is 50 times pi all over 12. Notice they're still even, so I probably could have gone, oh yeah. You could go back or you could keep going, but you might have realized, yep, definitely I could have divided both of those by 4. That would have been faster. So 100 divided by 4 is 25, and 24 divided by 4 is 6. So now on the top, it looks like I just have prime numbers, 11, and then the number 5 times 5. So on the bottom, I have the number 2 times 3. Nothing can cancel, so this is in simplest form. Great job. That was fun. See you next time.